So, except we did a meditation yesterday on gratitude, and of course, gratitude is a really fertile soil for creating a sense of contentment no matter what's going on. Because contentment is very different to happiness. Happiness is almost something you pursue, it's a moving target that you constantly sort of realign your life on different agendas. If I do this, if I do that, when I do this, when I do that, then I will feel happy. Contentment is about looking at the whole picture and being happy with the whole thing, being content with the whole thing, without the need to change anything. So I see it as the sort of cultivating the skill to look up, to not be looking down, to look up, to notice the sky, to notice the horizon, and to take in the whole picture without frustration or need to alter anything. So you meet yourself where you are. So let's just close our eyes for a moment, find our sitting bones, and take a nice breath in and out through the nose. Softening the corners of your lips, the corners of your eyes. Santosha is something that lives within, so perhaps it's in your heart, perhaps it's in your belly. And we'll start with the mantra Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We say the Shanti 3 times, and I have often heard that as a way of saying the first Shanti for yourself, the second Shanti for everyone, and everyone that you know, and the third Shanti for everyone on the planet. Shanti means peace. So you might choose to sing it, or you might just say it in your head. I'll say it out loud. I'm trying not to giggle because there are scrapping cats happening in the kitchen, and I'm wondering how Abby's getting on with this practice right now. All I can hear is them fighting. Okay, so deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, we're going to start by coming to lie down. So take your 2 cushions, and we're going to have that underneath these underneath the sacrum. So placing them right down as low as you can get them to go, and then leaning back and laying over the top of them. So my sitting bones have come up off the floor here, and head is down on the floor. You can have your knees bent to help you get the right position. And as always, we're trying to find ways of creating space in the body, so we're not interested in anything pinching or feeling contracted. And once you feel like you found a good place, you can straighten your legs, point your toes, and reach your arms up overhead. Letting yourself settle. You can hear the sound of your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And you might even be able to feel the movement of the connective tissue
the fluid body adjusting to the shape. And then bending your knees. Let the soles of the feet come together, opening the knees out to the side. A little bit of butterfly. Excuse me. And feel free to have a little wriggle. And then bring your knees back up. And just see if you can bring your, I'm going to do my left side so you can see. Tuck your left heel in towards you. And that you have to be really careful on your lower back here. You don't want to go into any pinch territory. And if your thighs are really tight, which mine are actually, then that's quite a strong pose. So if that is too strong, then just maybe come back to butterfly. But just see how it feels. See if you can come into this shape. And then you might even straighten the other leg, pointing the toe. Let your breath support you. And then bending the right leg. And make the left leg come back to neutral. Take butterfly. So we're seeking out balance from one side to the other. And then bringing knees back up. This time we'll do the other side. So for me, the right side. Just hooking right foot underneath, straightening left leg. Actually, I'm finding that I've wriggled off my cushions. I want the cushions to be under the sacrum. And then arms up overhead. And then inhaling, coming back up, repositioning, straighten both legs, reach through your fingertips, reach through your toes. And then soften your knees, lift your hips, and we're going to see if we can wriggle these cushions so they're coming up higher on the back. So now they're lying more sort of up towards the shoulder blades. Opening your arms wide and taking your legs back into butterfly. Bringing your knees together. Taking your arms down to your side and coming back up to sitting. Hopefully that feels lovely. Don't need my cardigan today. Moving the cushions out of the way. We're going to come onto all fours. So it's a different experience for the spine when you're on all fours. The gravity is entirely different. So settle here for a moment. Let the neck feel spacious. As you inhale, lift the gaze, dip the centre of the spine towards the floor, turning the tailbone up. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone down, bringing the chin towards the chest. Moving between cat and cow, keep the elbows soft. Being really aware of how the spine's feeling. You might even be able to get a sense of the fluidity of the spine. Can you hear the sound of your breath as you move? And then coming to neutral, bring your forearms down to the floor. Walk your arms a little further forward. Pick up the left arm, thread it beneath the right armpit as you turn your left ear to the floor. Pressing down through the right hand to come back up. Elbows to the floor. Pick up the right arm, thread it beneath the left armpit, right ear to the floor. Inhale as you come back up onto your hands. So now your hands are ahead of you. Take some leisurely hip circles here. And then changing direction. Coming back to center, walk your hands in a little closer. Inhale as you reach the right leg out behind you. And as you exhale, bring the knee forwards, but coming into pigeon. So slide the foot beneath you. Wriggle your left leg further away and come up onto your fingertips. I like that in Yin Yoga this is actually called swan. There's a difference, isn't there, between a pigeon and a swan? It's almost like the energy is different for a yin practice. Slowly starting to settle, allowing that beautiful rhythm of breath to move through you. Exhale as you come forwards, forehead to the floor. Inhaling back up and coming onto all fours again. A little moment of cat and cow. And then the left leg extends out behind you. And exhale the knee forward, foot beneath you. Coming into swan.
So, Santosha, complete acceptance, complete contentment. Walking your hands forwards, forehead to the floor. And then inhaling as you come back up, and we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So we're coming up into butterfly sitting. Holding onto your toes, your heels quite close towards you, and let the knees bounce. And we're cultivating a sense of balance. Body loves to be in balance, harmony, homeostasis. Nothing dominant, everything working together. Keep the right leg bent just to stretch out the left leg. Sole of foot comes to inner thigh. Toes pointing upwards. Some forward bends. Bring your hands either side of your legs. Inhale. And as you exhale, just walk your hands forwards. And it really doesn't matter how far forwards you go. It's way more interesting to notice how your breath is, and to notice where feels good in your body. You might take hold of your foot, or you might not. And it's an ever-moving target, isn't it? This idea of a pose being a certain shape, and there are days when you can make the shape, and there's days when you can't. So can you move out of that seeking place into the Santosha place? Not at all worried about where you're going to, what shape you're making, but really curious as to how you can support and love this incredible body of yours. Inhale as you come back up. You might want a cushion handy. This next one, as you bring your knee up, knees come together, and the right toes are pointing straight behind you. It can be tempting to have them out to the side. In fact, I think for some people they have to go out to the side, but that does put some pressure on your knee. So go really gently on that knee. If you're able to point the toes so they're straight behind you, then do. Take that cushion and just prop up the left sitting bone. You kind of get the triangle of the cushion into your sitting bone. And that is usually quite a welcome leveler. Hands either side of your legs. Inhale as you sit up. And exhale. Again, you're going to walk forwards, not even slightly attached to an outcome, just curious, breath and movement. Maybe you can take hold of your foot, or perhaps you prefer the hands on the floor. Inhaling as you come back up. Remove the cushion. Bring the knee up in front of you. Place the foot across, and we'll take a twist. Left arm rises as you inhale. Exhale, elbow comes across, right hand behind. Coming back to center, both legs straight out. Move the sitting bones back so you feel them pressing into the floor, toes pointing upwards. Inhale as you reach your arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Perhaps the hands come to the shins, perhaps they come all the way to the feet. Maybe you go outside of your legs for a little bit of extra balance and support. It's all about balance and support. Accepting what is, smiling to yourself as you take this nourishing practice. Complete contentment. Not even the faintest whiff of, I just need to, when I do. Instead, complete contentment with right here as it is in this moment. Inhaling as you come back up, you're going to bend the left knee, taking the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Hands either side of the right leg. Inhale. And as you exhale, coming forwards. Inhale as you come back up. Bring the knee up. You can have the cushion on the other side. Knees come together, foot pointing directly behind. Perhaps the corner of the cushion just underneath the sitting bone on the right hand side. Keep the right toes pointing upwards. Inhale as you sit up. Exhale as you come forwards. Hear the sound of your breath. Inhaling as you come back, removing the cushion, bringing the left knee up, foot comes across. Right toes still pointing upwards. Inhale as the right arm lifts, and exhale, right arm comes across. Left hand behind and rotate. Complete contentment here. And inhaling as you come back. We're going to come and lie down on our backs. We're going to take an inversion. So inversions aren't ideal if you've got your period. If you've got your period, I would suggest lying on your back and just having your legs in the air and giving them a shake. That's perfect. If
you don't have your period and you want to, we're going to take legs overhead to the floor behind, coming into plough. Bend the elbows and support the spine. And perhaps bringing the legs up towards the ceiling, coming into shoulder stand. And then using your hands as a support to slowly lower yourself down. It should feel like a really lovely journey back down to the floor. You're going to straighten your legs and point your toes. Bring your arms down to your sides. Lift one butt cheek off the floor and slide your hand underneath. Do the same on the other side. So you're lying on the tops of your hands, elbows are beneath you, toes are pointing. Inhale, and as you exhale, press into the elbows and look back. Or perhaps look down your body, it depends how your neck's feeling. And if you're able to, just let the head hang back. And breathe into your chest. It can be quite nice just to have the crown of the head resting on the floor. And then releasing, coming down to the floor, taking your hands away. Let's take them out to the side in a T shape and bend your knees. Knees to the right, gaze to the left. Inhaling back to center. Knees to the left, gaze to the right. Well done. Crossing your ankles, rocking your way back to sitting. We close with an Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we all feel complete contentment today and always. Namaste.